Record. All right, so welcome to our team call. It's June 20th. It is Country Heat Preview Day, and I hope that you guys got a lot of people, including yourself, to get on, go out of your comfort zone, try a new program that maybe you were or were not excited about. But hopefully now that you did it, you know a little bit more about it. You can share a little bit more about it with your friends and your network and all of that, and be able to explain what it's all about a little bit more. It's definitely pretty unique and not like anything else that we have in the library. So I am way excited about it, and I think it's going to be a great resource for a lot of people. Lori says it was harder. Would you say it gets... how much harder? Well, it definitely gets a little bit harder, but kind of like how in today's workout, it kind of gave you some great modifications to kind of keep it at your own level, like this with the modification person and stuff. It's like that throughout. And there's also a person that shows like more intensified versions too. So that's so that one's good. I kind of wish that they would have shown a different one other than Country Swing today, just so you can see a little bit more of what it's about, because like Country Swing is a really good one, but like I've told you guys before, you can like kind of step, touch, step, clap your way into not getting good results if you allow yourself. You really do have to push yourself, especially in that one. The other ones, you don't have to push yourself as much. Like, it's typical autumn fashion of every day is leg day. So there's a lot more in there that reflects exercise, that like, you know, squat type stuff. So, but anyways, yeah, it's super fun. I'm glad that you guys tried it and liked it. And again, I apologize for being a little behind, and I don't have our winner yet for the 21-day fix business thing. So I will probably post that later on tonight, because I do want to get that posted today. But let's go ahead and get started on our call. We have a special guest speaker tonight, and I got to be on his team's call yesterday. So that was awesome to be able to see some of his coaches and, you know, share with them and talk to them a little bit. Some of them I've met and some of them I hadn't. So it was great to just kind of connect with them. Here is a little bit about Shawn. He lives in Canada, so he's part of the Canadian Beachbody land. He's a father of 4, and he's also one of the most well-known MCs and DJs in that area. He was actually the MC that did the event at Scotty's event for the Sigi personal development event that we did in Idaho Falls. So he did an amazing job there. He's also part of the Edmonton Market Council as one of the best Beachbody event promoters for Super Saturday events. And I think Scotty has actually flown out and presented at a couple of his events, and there are really big events. And so he does a great job of really promoting and bringing Beachbody to his area. He's currently a 2-star diamond coach, and he will be an elite coach in 2016. He's also a Success Club 10 All-Star and the founder of Create Yourself Fitness. He is extremely driven to show value and help others excel in their own lives, and he has built his business with his no excuses attitude, hard work, and consistency. And he is definitely the busiest person, but has also created a very successful business while being a full-time city worker during the day and being a full-time nightclub DJ at night. So there you go. That's Shawn. I'm excited to pass it over to him so he can share a little bit about his story and his journey with you guys. Shawn, do you have slides? Do you want me to make you a host, or?
No, I'm good. Okay. No slides for me today. And the reason why I don't have slides is because I don't have time. I don't have time with my busy schedule. I don't have time with everything that I do. So like Jen was saying, first of all, thanks guys for having me on your call. I really appreciate it. But let's touch on a couple of things first. I'm supposed to be talking to you guys how I became a Success Club 10 legend. Now I just hit that this month after 24 months. But there was a lot of ups and downs. So I want to kind of go through my journey with you guys, and hopefully it'll give you guys some tips in the future when, you know, things get tough and you're not too sure if you want to carry on, I'm going to show you why you do want to carry on. So like Jen was saying, not only do I work for the city during the day, my hours are from 7 a.m. until 3:30, and that doesn't include overtime. And when summer hits, we get a ton of overtime, probably 15 to 20 hours on top of that. Now, on top of that, I'm also a nightclub DJ. So I do that 3 to 5 nights a week, depending on events. I work from 10 till 2 in the morning on those nights. So as you can see, when I am working during the week, I get very little sleep. I get about 2 hours a night, and then I'm back up at 6 o'clock and I'm on my way to work. Now you're probably wondering, okay, so this guy has 2 full-time jobs and he's a Beachbody coach. Okay, so this is how my journey started. My first year, 2013, I became a coach. I got 2 emeralds. I really didn't do much when it came to Beachbody coaching. I just kind of dabbled in it a little bit. And, I didn't really take it very seriously. I did okay, made a little bit of money, and I was okay with that. 2014, May 31st, my daughter was born. And I decided then that I needed to make a change. Now, why did I make a change? Why did I need to make a change? Because for the last 20 years, I have been working 2 jobs. I've always had a day job, and I've always been a nightclub DJ. I don't get very many weekends off, so I don't get to do the stuff that you guys get to enjoy, like camping with your families and outing events and, parties at your friend's house, or, just having some people over for some beverages. Even if we are Beachbody coaches, we still have some beverages here and there. But I never got to indulge in that kind of a lifestyle because I was always working. It was fun for me in the beginning when I was 24 and I was lighting up the nightclub scene, and I am one of the top DJs here in the city, and back then took advantage of that. So I did do a ton of drinking. I did a lot of late night eating, and I got really big at the same time. I was 243 pounds before I started my own journey. And when I did, I actually lost 55 pounds. So I got down to 190. We'll go into my second year in a second. I just wanted to talk about my first year because there wasn't a lot going on. July 1st of 2014, I really decided that I am going to do this. I'm going to put everything I've got into it. And at that point, it was money. 1,000% it was money. I didn't know anything about talking to people when it came to coaching. I didn't know anything about forming people when it came to coaching. I didn't know how to reach out. I didn't know how to do any of that. It was definitely a learn as you go. But what did happen was I fell in love with the process. I fell in love with the process of talking to people. I fell in love with the process of having someone that I met go through 125-pound weight loss. And I had a part in that. So when that happened, it completely changed my world. I fell in love with Beachbody because not only have I seen what I've done for myself when it came to my transformation, but I've also seen what happened to someone else when I was involved. I watched them evolve. I saw them turn into a completely different person. And it just, it lit that fire. In the beginning, it was all money. And you know how I hit Success Club 10 the first 3 months? I copy and pasted an invite, and I probably send it to about 50 people a day. That's how I got in the first 3 months, right? Because I didn't know how Beachbody works. I didn't understand how we all do it properly. I didn't know what forming was. I didn't know what connections were. I didn't know what follow-ups were. I was playing the numbers game for the first 3 months. But after I did that, I knew I had to make a switch in my business because the more involved I got, and being surrounded by these great coaches like Scotty Hobbs and Jennifer Weber and Brigitte Linford and, all those coaches, I saw where they were. I was where they at when they first started, but I saw where they were now. And I knew the way I was doing it wasn't the way I was going to get ahead in the Beachbody world. It wasn't going to get ahead in what I wanted for my goals and what you guys will hear all the time, my life by design, right? I couldn't do that by the mass invites. It's not connecting with people. That's not really what we're about, right? So it worked for a little bit, but I had to switch things up really quick. So the first 6 months went really well. I had some ups and downs. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice right now, just because I'm talking about from July till January. December is always the hardest month when it comes to hitting Success Club. It's one of the toughest months. Why? Because we have Christmas, we have New Year's. People want to pay off their Christmas presents. People aren't even thinking fitness yet in December. So a tip for you guys right now, start in September. Whatever you want to accomplish in December, start in September. And I'm saying that because I've seen it with my coaches, and I've gone through it twice, that my coaches, they struggle in December. And I don't struggle in December. December is one of my strongest months, but it's because I start 3 months before. And when you're thinking about that long-term consistency and how to hit Success Club Legend, whether it's 5 or 10, whatever your goals are, you want to plan ahead for that stuff. Okay, so what happens today will happen 3 months from now. So when you're making those conversations, you're forming your customers and you're talking to your customers, that will happen 3 months from now. You might get some that'll happen today, but everything really comes together when those people out of the woodworks that you've been talking to and you've been following up with come to you and say, I'm ready. And that's when you're going to start hitting your 10s and your 20s and your 30s and your 40s, right? I believe in you guys. I don't know what your Success Club points are like, but I've done 40s. My Success Club points have been huge, but it's because I plan 3 months in advance. So just remember, when it comes to September, just start remembering, I got to do this now because it's going to fuel my November and December, the 2 hardest months of the year. So that was one tip I can give you on how to hit Success Club All-Star or Success Club Legend, okay? So we came into January 2015, and I was having a problem with my leg. I was limping. I was hurting. I was struggling to walk, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I thought, you know what? Maybe I'm just getting old. Like, I'm 42 now. Okay, so maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe I tweaked something when I was working out. And then came February. I finally said, okay, I got to go see a doctor about this. So I let it go from December to February. And I went in, and he sent me for a bunch of tests, and he came back and he said, Shawn, you need a hip replacement. I'm 40. At that time, I was 41. I'm like, what do you mean I need a hip replacement? I'm 41 years old. He goes, there's a problem with your hip. The ball doesn't roll anymore. It's flat. So when I walk, there's grinding. It's bone on bone. Okay, so that was one of my struggles when it came to, it really messes with your mind when you hear something like that, right? So here I am, February, thinking I need to get a hip replacement. I can't be the proof of the product anymore because I needed time for figure out my issues with my hip and what I can do and what I couldn't do. My parents luckily knew the orthopedic surgeon. They told me, he said, I want to see him on Tuesday. He saw me, he took an x-ray, and I went under the knife in 3 days. It was a Friday, and he said, it was a Tuesday, and he said, you know what, you're going in for surgery on Friday. We're going to see if we can prevent the hip replacement and go from there. So it was literally 3 days. Good thing, because that was the 13th. But because I planned ahead, I was already at Success Club 10 by the 10th of that month. So I didn't have to worry about Success Club. So I went into this operation with, I was free from that. But what came months after that is what the real struggles are. You guys know that life gets in the way of everything, right? If you let it get in the way. I have had this one's hard for me to say, okay? Because I was on bed rest, I couldn't walk on my leg. Me and my fiance at the time spent a lot of time together, and we really disconnected during that time. It's hard to talk about your day when you're always with someone. It's hard to have those conversations with someone, the natural connecting conversations that you would have after a long day at work. You guys get together. And we went through some issues. I'm not going to say exactly what the issues are because I don't need to blast it, but we had some issues, and it caused some really emotional stress on me. So not only was I dealing with, trying to get better from my hip surgery, I was dealing with losing the love of my life. At the end of the day, I lost the love of my life at that point in time. So you guys can just imagine mentally what kind of state I was. But that's the greatest thing about Beachbody, is because it doesn't matter what you're going through in life. You look at what you do with Beachbody, and there's so many aspects you guys can use to help you. Okay. I wasn't able to work out because I couldn't get on my leg. But I modified. I got my butt downstairs somehow. I don't remember if I hopped or whatever, because all my workout stuff's downstairs. I hopped on one leg all the way downstairs, and I sat, and I did whatever I could on the video that didn't need me to get on that leg. So in the 8 weeks that I was off, even though I couldn't do full exercises, I still dropped 8 pounds. I lost some weight while I was doing it, because I made it a choice to better myself. Okay. I knew I was going through some hard times. I didn't know how to deal with them. But one thing that Beachbody has taught me is how to take care of yourself, whether it's your workouts. Your workouts, guys, are probably the number one thing you guys can do for your business, is take care of yourself first. If you guys take care of yourself first, a lot will follow you. A lot will, just your confidence will grow. People will see that confidence, and people will be attracted to that confidence, that self-esteem. You get that by working out. You get that by taking care of yourself. You get that by eating right. Okay. Number 2, I know you guys hear it. Janice probably preached it. Carl Deichler's probably preached it. If you go higher up, Scotty Hobbs will probably talks about it all the time. Personal development. Now, why do I say that? During this hard time I was having with my fiance, I didn't know how to deal with it. Even last night, I sat down with her and I bawled my eyes out, because it was the first time I was able to sit back and say, listen, this is what's been bugging me for a year, right? Personal development will get you through anything that you're going through. Whether it's financial problems, you can grab a book on budgeting. You can grab a book on, how to transform your finances. Relationships. You can grab a book to help you with the relationships. The 5 Love Languages is probably a fantastic book if you're having problems with that. Business. So many leadership books out there. It's unbelievable. Marketing. You're struggling with marketing in your business, you can go to the marketing aspects. But what I'm trying to say here, guys, is you guys have to make the choice of letting life get in the way. The number one reason why coaches quit is because somehow life has got in the way, and they let it beat them. Their why wasn't bigger than their excuse. Okay. My why was always bigger than everything I was going through. And don't get me wrong, I had some times that I wanted to quit. I almost quit because I wanted to save my relationship. I thought it was a balance issue, that I wasn't balancing my Beachbody business and my relationship, but it really wasn't that. It went a little bit deeper than that. Beachbody was the only thing that was holding me together, right? Even though I wanted to quit, I said to myself, no, this is going to take you into the future. This business will let me do whatever I want to do with my life with consistency. All right. And so every month that went by, I pushed for that 10. It did not matter what I had to do. I talked and I talked and I talked. And if I was nowhere close by the 25th, I talked some more. I had more and more conversations, right? And it's tough when you get to the last 5 days of the month and you're sitting at 2 and you have the big goal of 10. right? But you got to make that choice and remember why you're doing it. Success Club 5 and Success Club 10, it's really why it's so important is because it's measuring what you're doing in your business on how serious you're taking your business, right? If you guys have some big goals and big dreams, then you have to track it. That's the greatest thing about Success Club that I know of is it's showing you where your business is going every month. It's showing if you're moving forward or if you're taking a step back. It's showing if you're doing the 3 vital behaviors or you're not. It's showing that you're doing the BAT or you're not, right? You guys know if you're having those conversations, that you know, okay? But you might be missing something. So if you can't track it, you don't know what you're missing. Tracking everything you do, whether it's, you know, like Jen said on my call last night, to revitalize your business checklist, right? If you're doing that every day and you're checking those main things off, then you know that you're doing what you can for your business. Bare minimum, you know that those are the things that you're doing to move forward. Now, Success Club is a tracker of how quick and how far you are moving forward in your business. That's why it's so important. But the key to hitting Success Club Legend 10 or 5 is to be consistent every month in hitting those. But the only way to do that is not to let life get in the way. Find your balance. And when you're struggling, you want to reach out. Okay, because everybody struggles. I struggled so hard. And I've said it before, Scotty Hobbs, when I reached out to him because I didn't know who to talk to, and Scotty and I became really, really close through the last 2 years. And I'm like, Scotty, I'm stuck, man. Like, I want to give up. My business isn't where I think it should be. Mentally and emotionally, I'm stuck. I don't know how to move forward. And then I explained everything that was going on in my life. And I didn't really need to because he saw it. And he said this line, this quote. He said, Shawn, the devil will throw obstacles in front of people that are meant for greatness to test their faith. Things will be thrown at every one of you guys for a reason, to see if you're worthy of creating your life by design. So when you have those rough times, and you will have them, you're going to have ups and downs. If this business was easy, everybody would be a multimillionaire. It's not. It's not easy. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not easy. There's times it's hard. It's hard, but every day, the top coaches that are top coaches, they show up every single day. They show up. And if they don't show up, then they talk it out. They talk to their uplines, they talk to their spouses, they talk to whoever wants to listen and has some insight, right? I talk to Scotty because Scotty's my upline, but I also know he probably went through this, what I was going through. So yeah, don't let life get in the way. And when it does, personal development will help. Make a choice that you want to be legend. Okay, make that choice today. If you're on track to be legend, make that choice that you're going to continue no matter what. Pick your number, whether it's Success Club 5 or Success Club 10. When I hit Success Club 10 in July, I hit Success Club 5 in May of 2014, and then I hit Success Club 10 the next month. So when I hit 10, I could have just continued to do my 5 and said I'm going for Success Club 5. But I thought, you know what? If Scotty Hobbs can be a Success Club 10 legend, why can't I be? You know what? I want to be just like him. I want to be just as big as Scotty Hobbs is. And I made it a goal to go after my dreams every single month. It didn't matter what came into my life, and a lot came into my life. A lot. You got to remember, I'm also doing 2 full-time jobs on top of this. So I've got to fit Beachbody in between this stuff. And then you get stuff thrown at you from everywhere, like just the normal life problems that people endure that some people would just take you down. But personal development will pick you up. The 5 people you surround yourself with will pick you up. So do whatever it takes to make it happen. A little quick tip I found very easy for me. Well, not easy, but what got me through the months is I had 1 month where I had it down to the wire the last couple of days to hit 10. I was probably only at 5 at the time. So I had to find 2 more people to sign up. And I didn't like that feeling. I didn't like being stressed at the end of the month. I didn't like that, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I made it a goal to get Success Club 10 as early as possible in the month. Because then that stress is gone. And you know what happens when you hit your goal? Then it's just fun. It's fun because you get to take your time. You get to really enjoy the business. You're not stressed about a number anymore. Your stress when it comes to the business is gone. So now you get to sit back and talk to people. Like really talk to people. And have conversations and build relationships. And when you're able to do that, then you find that 10 is easy. Because those people out of the woodworks that you've been talking to for 2-3 months finally just say, I'm ready. And that's a point you weren't even expecting. It's just there. Because you had the time to talk to these people and form those relationships. So grow yourself, be the proof. Always flood your mind with positivity, personal development. Confident attracts. Proof attracts people, and consistency attracts. So if you're not doing those 3 things, you might want to think, okay, how do I tweak my business just a little bit more? Confident will attract through your workouts. Proof is your workouts and drinking your Shakeology and talking about it. And consistency, the people that you're talking to are waiting to see if you're going to fall off. They're waiting to see if you're going to be sitting, if you're all talk, or if you're actually going to be there for them 6 months down the road. They want to see that it's working for you. They want to see that you're doing it. And when they start seeing you get results, your business will explode. Jen, that's pretty much all I got. I hope that kind of answered the question. Well, my tips on how to get to Success Club 10 Legend, just have fun. Just have fun with it. Don't even think about it. Just do it. Do what you need to do every day and have fun with it. And I guarantee one day you're going to wake up and you're going to hit Success Club 10 that final month and you're going to announce it to the world like I did. It's like, oh my God, I just hit Success Club 10 Legend. And 24 months ago, I didn't even know what that was. I just made it happen every day. So you guys have any questions? Anything I could answer? Are we going to be quiet like my room was last night? No, yes, maybe. Jen said I did the SEGI event in February, which I did, but I'm also hosting and emceeing the Ignite event in Nashville if you guys are going to Summit. So hopefully we'll see you guys there as well. It's gonna be pretty amazing. It's all yours, Jen.
All right. I know we've got 1 or 2 people that will speak up and ask a question. So
perfect.
As she looks at me, wink, wink, hint, hint, there's your cue. So, we're all busy people, but apparently you're a lot. I've heard you speak before when they were doing Push to Diamond last summer. So I know you're super busy. So why don't you share a little bit about how you fit Beachbody in with only 3 hours of sleep and 2 jobs? Because some of us are busy moms. We're on the clock all the time too.
No, and I totally understand that. When it comes from a mom's perspective, I don't know how you ladies do it. Honestly, I don't know, but because it's a little bit different when you're a mom and what I do during the day. Okay, I find my time during the day to create those conversations. Right. I use my breaks. I do half of my power hour in the morning, or at least I try to. At nighttime when I'm not DJing, I try to work I was working from 8 to 11. I still like to go to bed at the same time Tara, at the time my fiance, did, because that was our time, right? Even though I was sleeping, I always wanted to go to sleep when she went to sleep. So I didn't work till 1 o'clock like some of us do and so forth, right? Especially since I do work in a nightclub. So she's home by herself with the kids and I was out working. At nighttime, I really didn't get to see her much. So I took that time. But so I used breaks. I did it in the morning. And I'll be honest, I didn't care if I was at work or not. I was still working Beachbody. I didn't care because I knew I was going to replace one of those jobs. So if I got fired, then it just means that I would be there one step closer. It didn't matter to me. So I worked it whenever I had a chance. If I had some downtime and things were slow, or even when I was DJing, I press play for a song. I've got about 3 minutes to answer questions on someone that I'm talking to. I have my computer. So in between the songs that are playing, I'm very good at what I do when it comes to DJing. So I can multitask a little bit. And I know how much time I have left in songs. So I can send invites out. I can form customers. I can talk to people. I can answer questions. I can go through my list of questions when I'm trying to help people. I just made the choice not to let my jobs be an excuse. So I worked it whenever I had a chance to work it, right? Besides my family time. I worked it whenever I had a chance to work it. Hopefully that answered your question.
Awesome. I have a question. I hear, there's not a whole lot of male coaches in Beachbody. And a lot of them that I know actually kind of use that as an excuse to why they're not as successful as they could be, because they say Beachbody is more geared for females. So how do you feel about that? Do you think that it plays a role at all, whether you're male or female, or do you think that it's hindered you or anything like that?
I want to say yes and I want to say no. Okay. I show up to work every day. Okay. Do I think women have a little bit easier than guys? I'll be honest. If it was my fiance at the time, like Tara, if Tara was doing this business at the same rate I'm doing the business, I think she would be farther ahead than me. Do I think it hindered me? No. And I say that because I like to think I'm very good at what I do for Beachbody. Mm-hmm. Do I think I connect with women as well as another woman does? No. That's where you have me beat. You can relate to women, right? Like you guys understand being a mom. You guys understand what it's like to run a household, right? You guys understand the emotional levels of a woman. Okay. I don't. I've had to learn my way through all that, right? Even with my team of coaches, I just started signing guys as coaches. My first year was all women, right? So that may have hindered me a little bit, because to try and create a Beachbody coach out of a woman was tough for me, because I'm a very upfront, this is what you got to do, make it happen type of coach. Okay. I'm just very forward. I'll call you out when I see what's happening. And for some of the women on my team, that didn't go over very well. So I had to adjust. I had to adjust the way I talk. I had to adjust how I was dealing with different coaches. How did I overcome that? Is I got them all to do the personality test, and I got to see what colors they were. I got to see what got their mind spinning. I got to see how I could motivate them without turning them off. Right? Do I think it's such a tricky question, because I don't think it's easier for women. I just think they have to work as hard as me, right, to get where they're at. I think it can be completely different if I change my niche. Like if I just went after the guys, then I think maybe it might be a little bit easier for me. But I also know that the women that come to me for, help, whether it's coaching or whether it's, just their fitness journeys, they come to me for a reason. They come to me because they know that I'm going to push them. Right? Do I think other guys use it as an excuse? Yeah, absolutely I do. Absolutely, it's an excuse because that's what it is. I can't do this because I'm not a woman. No, that's garbage. It's complete garbage because you control the outcome, right? If you show up to work every day, let's say I came to work and the other guy came to work with, no, I can't do this because I'm not a woman, I'm definitely going to surpass him. And I've been blessed because I have surpassed a lot of guys on our team. I've never thought in my life I can't do this because I'm a guy, right? My coach is Scotty Hobbs. If Scotty Hobbs can do it, then why can't I do it, right? I've seen other male coaches, top coaches, do it as well. Right now, yeah, you see the top 10 that are, are women coaches, but I'm also seeing like Miguel Roscoe. He's on fire. Jamie Fitzpatrick, for example, he is in 10 months. He is now a 7-star diamond in 10 months for a guy, right? So it's an excuse. 100% it's an excuse. And if you have a male coach, you can tell him that. It has nothing to do whether you're a woman or whether you're a guy. It matters the consistency that you put into your business, the proof that you put your business, and your mindset that you put in your business. And if you do that, anything is achievable. The proof is all over the place, right? The guys that want it, make it happen. If they don't want it, then they have excuses. Be bigger than your excuses. Make sure your why is bigger than your excuses. The guy is giving you that crap, make sure they know their why is bigger than an excuse and they won't even think twice about it, right? My why is because I want to quit one of my jobs. I want to be more present for my daughter. I want to be more present. I want to have those weekends outings. I want to be able to go camping with my kids. I want to be able to drive down to Island Park to see Scotty in his cabin, right? I want all that stuff. So my why is way bigger than the excuse of I can't do this because I'm a guy. I'm a Success Cup 10 legend. And being a guy, it's 0.40044 through the whole company, but it's even less guys that have done it. So if I can do it, and I'm no one special, right? I just know what I want. I know it's capable. I know what can happen in the future for me, but only if I show up every day. And it's hard. Like I'm going in on my third year, and I'm nowhere close to some of these coaches, dollars amount or whatever it may be. But I see the growth, and I see the people underneath me slowly growing. And I know it's just a matter of time that it goes like this. Jen made, because I see this picture every day, and I bring it up in my meetings, and Jen made a valid point last night. You guys have seen the picture. We got the guy with the little sledge, like the pickaxe, going for those diamonds, and he was right there. And he turned around and he left. But the guy underneath him, you can see that he was giving it, and he wasn't going to stop. Well, the guy that wasn't going to stop is going to be me, right? And it doesn't matter if I'm a woman or if I'm a guy. I'm going to get those diamonds. It's going to come. And it's because I choose to. It's a mindset. I know where I'm going to be in a couple of years. And I'm going to love the day that I call up Mike and Jen and say, I'm coming to see you guys just because I can, right? So just believe in yourselves, guys. Make your why bigger than your excuses.
That was awesome. And we can't wait to have you come and stay in one of our cabins or something.
Right?
Great to have
You might charge me rent, but I'll be there. No, it'll be great.
Okay, does anyone else have a question for Shawn? I'm not seeing them moving towards their mute button. All
Looks
right.
like we're good.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time and sharing with us. I really appreciate you being on here and
No, thank you.
a lot of valuable info. And I wholeheartedly agree with you about the whole male coach thing. I don't think I'd ever really asked another guy like from your perspective. So I appreciate you sharing from that perspective, because we definitely have some guys on our team and I'd love to encourage them to let them know it's a mindset. So anyways,
Yeah, 100% mindset.
have a great week, guys. We have another guest speaker next week. We have Nicole Kelly from the Fit Diva Empire, who is going to be sharing with us next week. She's part of Jenny Beauregard's team, so that'll be exciting. Anyways, it's the 20th, so we still have 10 days to push and hit our Success Club goals. And I know that there's a lot of you that are still pushing to get your points in, and I know you can do it. We're cheering you on, cheering myself on. So, all right. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks again for being on.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Bye.